In football today, transfers and rumours dominate headlines. Winning trophies creates legacies, but behind every professional footballer's rise is some sort of academy journey. This can often be overlooked when discussing players' careers, but it is so crucial and can also be described as the heartbeat of the beautiful game. Today, I'm going into depth on one player's academy career, Carlisle United's Ben Barclay, and how it helped him mould him into the player and person he is today. The defender started his youth career at age 8 in 2004, where he was scouted by Manchester City, where he then stayed for 9 years. He spoke on how he felt initially at the time and how it felt in that transition from playing with just a Sunday League team to playing amongst the best in the Northwest.
And my dad sort of afterwards saying, got some good news, blah, 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 you've been scouted. Obviously, I remember being buzzing with it. I mean, at the time, you probably don't realise exactly how much that means, but you're probably aware of like an academy and stuff like that, but not exactly how important it is, or not important, but how the minority only sort of get picked for it. You go from playing with just friends at school day to day and with your Sunday League teams, etc., and you're usually the best player in the team, and it's quite easy to then you go in and playing with other kids within the Northwest that are all the best in their school teams, Sunday League teams. So you're all at a similar level. But that's good because you're all bringing out the best of each other and developing and learning, and it's getting better. The pressures of it probably come a little bit later, I'd say. Well, it did for me anyway, personally. I'd say up until maybe like 12, 13, 14. It maybe creeps in a bit and you start thinking, I'm only a few years away from like this becoming like a full-time thing and leaving school, high school, etc. But when I was like 8, 9, 10, it was still just fun and enjoyment, and we'd train a couple of evenings a week and play a game on the weekend, and it was all just good fun still then.
This pressure and competition the Englishman touches on would have increased due to the 2008 takeover by the Abu Dhabi Group, where from the inside he watched the club transform and evolve into the world-renowned club that they are today.
But there was definite change. So it started just with small things like, just small things of like the pressures. Not the pressures, but like you could see the first team were investing in bringing in higher profile players and managers, and they were like gradually improving and doing better. And then it would have been probably, I left 2030, so probably from like 2011 onwards. Is that right? Yeah, 2011 onwards, you started seeing them invest into the academy then. So it was working its way down the pyramid of the age groups. So instead of it just being like all the best players in the Northwest and in and around England, it was like they were bringing boys up from London, they were getting like ex-Arsenal, Chelsea players, they were buying even like 15, 16-year-olds from France, Spain, the best players around Europe. So that's when it started to really change, when it was becoming more closer to full-time.
As a result of this increase in competition, Barclay ended up being released at age 16 in 2013, where he then joined Brighton and Hove Albion. He told me about this experience.
I always seen it coming. I didn't expect to stay on after 16. It probably could have happened a couple of years earlier. I felt like I wasn't competing at the level I needed to be in terms of like the other lads in my age group. And then a new adventure and journey started for me, which I think looking back now and at the time I was probably quite ready for and excited for. It's quite refreshing. And then had a few trials and stuff and approaches by other clubs to go for trials. I did a few, but ended up going down to Brighton and just really loving it, and moved down not long after.
Barclay remained at Brighton until 2019, where he left on a free transfer to Accrington Stanley, where he has remained at this level since, previously enjoying success in winning the 2023 League Two playoffs for Carlisle United, scoring the winner in the semi-final. To end our conversation, I asked him what advice he would give to academy players today.
Use whatever you can, whether that's someone's advice from a coach or a player or just anybody, and the resources you've got around you to just better yourself every day. You can never be too good.